and welcome to another day in South Africa with Liz Wright at Liz at Home. Today I'm going to be colouring in Ylvi's Mandalas, which is a cute little colouring book that I had for ages, and I'm using the fairy hashtag, and also for Jamie's breakdown prompts, one of them was fairy for February, and I'm going to try doing a background first of all with some soft pastels, not a background, a base coat. First of all, with some soft pastels, I'm going to be using these Pebbles chalk pastels because I kind of like their applicator and the way you can use them. And I thought I'd do that to just try and get some of the pencil work lessened so that there's a little bit of pigment down and you can color over soft pastels quite nice and easily. These Pebbles pastels are really nice little chalk pastels if you've not seen them before. They've been on the market for ages, but they come with this little applicator like a bulldog clip, or no, it's not a bulldog clip, some kind of a clip, and you have 3 different sizes of these little cotton wool balls that you can clip onto them and then apply the soft pastels. So I'm going to do that, and I can't find an actual flesh color, but I'm starting with this pink, and I'll go over it with a kind of an apricot-y, orangey color in pencil, so that will hopefully make for a better flesh color for Caucasian skin. I looked at the picture and I wasn't sure if she's wearing a sort of a see-through sleeve or if she's got like a stocking sleeve on, or if it's her skin, but I've decided to interpret her arms as skin and the feet as wearing, because you can see the heel sticking through and the little footless tight kind of idea. So I'm just going over with the base coat with the soft pastels very quickly. The paper in this book is very, very smooth. I think it's a book made actually for kids. But I love colouring these mandalas, and it's one of the books that I've decided I want to try and finish because they're easy to do. I don't know if you can hear the guinea fowl in the background, real sound of Africa. They're quite noisy and they're squawking away. They love to feed in our garden. I'm going to do the dress in purple, so I thought I'll use purple, pink and green for the color choice for this image, and I thought that I will add a little bit of yellow as an accent color, but I also want to, as well as the fairy hashtag, I also want to use the green hair woman hashtag. So those are my color choices at the moment. And so I'm going to put some music on while I do the rest of this application and allow you to listen and relax. I hope you're coloring with me and having a wonderful day today. I'm now using some pencils on top of the soft pastels to detail a little bit and add some more depth of color. It means you don't have to push quite as hard when you've got a little bit of pigment down, and I find the soft pastels are quite nice for that. You can use various things as a base coat, and I like to switch it around and try various different things to do that. Because this is fine, I like these Pebbles pastels. The color, I'm using the Sperrfarben color pencils. It's a 92 set. These were very kindly gifted to me by Peggy last year. And I'm using these sort of more orange toned colors just to counteract the pink first coat that I put down with the Pebbles pastel. And I'm going to continue detailing the lavender. Sort of the light lavender is very pale, so I'll have to go over that quite a lot more with pencil, but it does just add a little bit of color to help you get started. I'm going to now play some more music. As usual, my music is by Epidemic Sound, and I have a subscription to that. I love the music that they offer. Well, when I say that the music is by Epidemic Sound, it's by various artists and presented by Epidemic Sound, where you subscribe, and I presume they pay the artists so that they can earn a living and we can get royalty-free music that is lovely and perhaps a little bit different to that supplied by YouTube. So I do hope that you enjoy it. This next piece of music that I'm going to be putting on for you is actually me singing. It's recorded many, many years ago, I think in about the 1990s or maybe the late 1980s. I don't have many recordings of myself singing, and it was recorded just on a home based cassette recorder, believe it or not, at a concert I did in an art gallery near where we live. It makes me feel quite sort of sentimental when I listen to it because I can hear my mom coughing in the background, and she's no longer with us. And the accompanist was a very dear friend, and he's no longer with us. So I feel a little bit vulnerable posting this for you to listen to, but I thought I would actually just put it out there. It's not perfect by any means, and I can hear the problems in it, but I thought I would share it with you. The composer is Handel, and the aria is called Care Selve. I always feel quite kind of nostalgic when I've listened to something like that. I haven't got many recordings of myself singing at that stage. I wish I did have. Things were not so available as they are today. And I miss those days sometimes. It was a wonderful thing making music with friends and being able to take part in operas and such. And I'm really lucky that I've found colouring and that I've found art and watercolour to kind of fill that creative gap. I do still teach singing and I still sing a bit, but not like I used to, and I wouldn't perform anymore. So yeah, I love teaching my singing. I love teaching the dear sweet young things. They just bring such a joy to my life. As I'm colouring here, I'm finding these pencils quite heavy going, and I think it's probably, I shouldn't blame the pencils, it's probably the paper. I decided when in doubt and things aren't working with colouring, layer, layer, layer. So I've brought in a darker colour to add more shadows and try to do a little bit of lightness coming out. This is very smooth paper, and I usually use either gel pens or markers in this book. So yeah, this is maybe a little mistake, but I'm never one for giving up with what I'm doing. I hate leaving something half done. For the first time in my life, no, that's not true. For the first time in many, many months, I've actually had 3 whips in progress this month with my colouring, and I actually managed to finish them all. I'm really pleased. I'll probably be doing my What I Coloured video next after this one. So I'm happy with this skirt, but I'll still do a little bit more blending on the top. I think I'll come back to it. Maybe I must add a glitter gel pen or something to the top to make it sparkly and overcome that kind of stripiness. I'll see what that will look like, because the kind of fairy outfit would have glitter, and in any case, what isn't fixed by some glitter and sparkle and shine? You tell me that. I love my bits of glitter. It is sort of smoothing out a little bit though. So now we'll move on and see what we do next. So I'm thinking perhaps I'll try just a little bit of white to blend it all together. I suppose I should get up and go and fetch my Prismacolor white, but I'm not going to. I'm going to use this Spirafarben white. I just had a very small haul the other day where I got some more Caran d'Ache luminance, and I was going to do a haul video. I also bought myself a couple, 2 more, so that is a couple Prismacolor whites because I ran out. I was going to do a haul video, but there's so few things. I mean, it's I can't afford to get what other people with their YouTube channels share. So I thought that as a haul video, it's probably not enough to be a haul video, so I decided I won't do it. Let me know if you'd like me to swatch the Caran d'Ache luminance for you guys, but I don't suspect you would, because I think there are already so many swatched videos of them. I think I have finally completed my set, so I think I finally have all of the Caran d'Ache luminance colors, so I'm really delighted about that. I'm now just adding a couple of shadows under the skirt to make this all look a little bit more realistic. And I've just been thinking about it, and I've decided that I think as a glitter I'm going to use my art, I can't remember what it's called, but I know it's a holographic glitter, and it's an acrylic paint, and I think I'm going to use that over the whole of this little fairy's dress and over her fairy wings. And I think that I'm going to finish this video now that I'm finishing her dress and tights and skin, because otherwise it will get too long. And you can see the completed picture when I do all of my What I've Coloured this month video. It's not that many things, but I will share it, what I've coloured and painted. So I just need to blend the shadow out. And I think I'm going to use the trusty white. I must say, as far as white pencils go, the Spirafarben white is quite a nice one. It blends quite well. Nothing compares to a Prismacolor white pencil, but this doesn't do a bad job. And I want to stay within the brand for this particular video with these pencils. So I want to thank you all very, very much for joining me, for liking, subscribing and commenting on the video, and I do hope you'll join me for the next video at the end of the week. Bye-bye now. Have a happy, colourful week.